Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Flosstube. I want to say this is 113, but I have been wrong before. It is Sunday, the 27th of October, and you are getting a bonus Flosstube, which will probably be another long one because I got home from the retreat today. I am drinking hot tea because my throat is raw from laughing and coughing and hotel air. And a dear sister friend of mine passed away yesterday, Sister Sandy. I'm grateful that she went to be with God, but I'm very sad to have lost her. But I also have to sing at her funeral this week, and I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully not tomorrow. So I need to. It's just very raw. And I know it's the hotel air and how dry it is just in general. We have drought warnings and fire warnings and all of that stuff. But anyway, I wanted to come and tell you about retreat. And then I also wanted to be able to put everything away because I took a lot of stuff. I got some stuff. I got some gifts. I bought myself a few things. It was a great weekend. So I went down Friday morning. Traffic wasn't terrible. I got to the hotel around 11. They let me check right into my room at 11 o'clock, which was great. I meant I didn't have to put my suitcase. I didn't have to check my suitcase. The room was nicer than last year. It looked like it had been not remodeled, but the furniture looked newer than the furniture in the room last year. The air conditioning still really didn't work. So I think that's just a hotel problem. The parking is so expensive. I will never financially recover from the parking. $55.76 a day to park. And I should park further away and just drag all my stuff to the hotel. But sometimes I'm just looking for convenience, but I'm not planning to go back to the retreat, so it's fine. But the parking is very expensive, and they charge it right to your room. So can't even try to get it for cheaper. Sorry, but all in all, it was a wonderful weekend. I had a new table that adopted me. Really the only one I knew was Steph, who I talk about on here, and who has a Flosstube now, which once I finish filming this, I'm finally going to have time to sit and watch her while she flies back across the country to California. But it was a great weekend. I planned to leave around 11:30, but I left at 10 because Vice President Harris is in Philly today. These politicians are following me. They're in Scranton all the time, and they just mess up traffic. And I was like, oh, I better get out before the roads close. And there was a very bad accident on the Schuylkill, or the Schuylkill, as it's often called down there, on my way out. And then there was a really, really bad accident on the turnpike on the other side with both lanes of traffic closed. People were out of their cars and up on an embankment. Ambulance was there, one, but the fire trucks hadn't gotten there yet. So I don't know how bad it got, but people were not driving. So thinking about those people. And I stopped at the store and picked up a couple things. So now I'm home, and here I am. So first, I am going to show you what I worked on before I left and did not take with me. And that is, this is going to be a little higgly-piggly. We're going to do whips, but as I come to things that I got, I am going to show you some of what I got. So first off, this is from my friend Susie, and it's from one of the cross-stitch magazines. I don't remember which one, and I'm working on this bird for her. I am using a 25 count Bestitch Me Frost, which is perfect because it's blue. And I did get a little bit of progress before I left. So there's the bird. The back stitching will really make it pop. So I need to do the belly here, and then the rest of the pairs, and then all the back stitching. And then I don't have the DMC for the beak, so I have to figure out what the anchor is, which is listed. I just have to pull it. And then minus a few, these are the colors for the entire project. And they are beautiful bird colors. And I have that in a don't know who by, but oh, Goose Designs project bag that Jen gave me. I need to ask Jen. I was thinking, because I have to fly to 2 retreats now. The one in... Sorry, I have to drink. The one in February and the one in April. And she has these, like, project folios, like, that you can put several projects in. I think I'm going to have to ask her to order me one, because I can't take a giant bag just full of projects, which is what I did for this trip because I was driving. Can't do that. Okay, so I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to, as I come to things, I have my giant frogworts from a couple years ago tote bag this is from year 3. We didn't really get anything cool like that giant bag in year... Don't get me started on the Black Needle Society. Okay, so I think I told you all, Fra and I got a new couch. And she was like, you can't stick your needles in the couch cushions anymore. And I told Steph this. And she found a pattern for you put this over your couch. And look, she personalizes everything, which I would never do. She's a much better person than I am. Look at my name. And then this opens up, and it's like, this has got like that stuff that makes it hard. So it like bounces back. So it's a little pocket here. You can put like a little pen here, your little stylus here. And then look at, she like hand bound all this. And then this opens and closes for your needles in here, so I don't stick them in the couch and I have to find a new place to live. And then over here, look at look at how stunning this binding is. These are little pockets. And then there's this little guy. And then there's little accessories that attach. So there's a little Ort bag that's got a magnet here. So that'll attach. There's also a magnet here. You can see it. So it'll attach here. And then there's also a little pin cushion with a magnet. So that'll attach here. Oh. And then another little, look at this little Ort guy. Oh, and it's got a magnet too. Oh, I love it so much. It's just, her stitching is beautiful. And God bless her, she knows my colors. And that is green, pink, and Harry Potter. And then she did the blues because my grandmother's chair is a light blue flowered. So she's incredible. A lot of what you're going to see, because we both took bags of stuff to each other. Now she watched my last Flosstube, even though I showed everything that I got her. Also, I brought her some shirts and she wore them, which was so sweet. Her gift to everybody who attended was this beautiful, I think it's Silks for You, but don't quote me on that, silk Halloween-y thread. And I gave me a pattern and the fabric to start. It's called Best Booze or something like that. I think everybody at the table has done or is doing it. And I had the idea that I'm going to use some of this and that, and somehow I ended up with 2 for me. And then she's so sweet. She made Jen Gorski, a needle book, which she also personalized. And then she sent her home some floss also. So Jen, this is going in your pile for when I see you in April. Your pile continues to grow. Okay. Also, Steph's Instagram and YouTube is Will Stitch for Coffee. Can you see that? And I'm going to remember to link it. I'm probably not going to remember to link it. Steph's going to watch this and send me a text and tell me to link it. Then she started knitting. She's a little baby knitter. and she found these awesome knitting bags, and she made herself one. And I just happened to be lucky enough that when she makes herself things, she makes them for me too. And I guess I'm going to have to work on the gift I'm working for her. I have a knitting project that's for her that I haven't looked at in months. But look at this knitting bag. Look at it's autumn. She did my name. And then it's reversible. And now I'm like, I want to start a sweater, but I have to finish her gift first. But I want to start a sweater because all the yarn for a sweater will fit perfectly in there. And look, it's got a nice... I love it. I love bags. Okay. Then, what did I work on? I told you this is going to be a long one, friends. I brought with me the Prayer of St. Francis, which I should have worked on the whole time. Of course, I did not. But I did get some good stitching in on it today. So this is Prayer of St. Francis by My Big Toe Designs. I am doing this on a 32 count hand dyed by Stephanie. I am using one color, DMC 154 over 2 over 2. And that's it. Imagine it in purple. And I did get some good work on this today, actually. Because I got up around 4:30 and I was laying in bed contemplating my life, and Steph texted me at 10 after 5 and was like, hey, you up? I am. Let's go stitch, which I did. And that's how I discovered that understood is the longest word in the English language. So the last time you saw it, I was working on this full line right here. And then I went down and did this row, and I did all of those letters today. So it's looking good. Now the question is, so down here at the bottom, there's these funky flowers that, again, will not look good in just one color purple. So I think I'm going to repeat this row here, that one. One, because it'll be a little easier, and two, because again, this row of multicolored flowers and one giant purple blob will look like a purple blob. So I am getting there. I have, after this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rows of words, and then the big row in between, and then the crowns at the bottom. So I'm repeating this at the bottom. Now I will say that took me forever. So we'll see, because I need this done by, if I have it done by December 1st or 2nd, I'm aiming for Thanksgiving, but if I have it done by December 1st or 2nd, I will have time to get it framed by Christmas, because my brother is going to pay for the framing as his Christmas gift to my grandmother. That's what he said when I was going to have it done for her birthday, and then I didn't. I'm assuming he hasn't changed his mind. If he has, it's fine. I'll frame it, but she's really hard to shop for, so to be honest, he was thrilled to not have to figure out what to get her. All right. Now let's go over a couple little gifties I brought home. Somebody came over and brought us these little containers, and it's just full of, I would consider them like knitting markers. So little markers, but they have little charms. So there's a button, then there's a 2025 charm, and I want you guys to know that I saw this little 2025 charm and I said, oh, that's great. Maybe I'll use it for Christmas. And it wasn't until much, much later that I figured out it is 2024. So there's a little leaf and, oh my gosh, a little pumpkin pie. Isn't that cute? So that was fun. And then I found this in a bag. I don't know where it came from, but that's pretty cute. No recollection. One of the people who sits at our table is from Costa Rica, so she brought us some orange wafers, and I'm going to give these to Frock because they're like her favorite. And then one of the girls is from down south, and she went to Buc-ee's, and she got us dark chocolate sea salt caramels, and also like Buc-ee's food for the table. And then this is also from Costa Rica, and it's some candy and just some little fun doodads. Then someone from New Jersey brought us mini Oreos and M&Ms and this little Flosstube. This is from, well, I don't know because it doesn't have their information. Oh wait, maybe it does. But it's some candy and some tea and a little bag charm. And I don't know. Oh, Victoria, Baltimore. Oh, that's cute. And then one of my table mates gave me this little tape measure. That's a fox. Love it. And then she gave little snips. Y'all, those when they open, they are sharp. Watch out, world. How could this bleeding to death have been avoided? But they're really, I like them a lot. And then a table mate brought us all ugly sweater little Mill Hill kits. I love this because it's the sweater weather retreat. We love a theme. I picked this up at the freebie table. It is a pocket watch with nothing in it, so you can finish something into that. I don't know what I'm gonna stitch into that. Something over one, obviously. But I saw it and I was like, whoosh. But I did not get much from the free table this year, not like last year. In one of my bags, I had this hoop. I'm unclear if it's from Steph or where I picked this up, but I love a hoop, so yay. Steph won a pattern that she really wanted for the raffle, and it came with Ada, and she doesn't like Ada. And you know I do. So this is a Zweigart Ada Winter Gray, my favorite color, 14 count, and it's 18 by 21. So that was great. Thanks, Steph. Thanks for not liking Ada. What else? She made for my scroll rods little protectors to protect your stitching. And then this is pink, green, or Harry Potter. Harry Potter stained glass fabric. Love it. What else do I have here? Oh, let's take a break and let's look at some stitching. Yes? I'm going to be smart and turn on my tablet so I can show you this project. Sorry, I meant to be more organized than I am. All right. Let's see. View PDF. So this is Sampler Harry Potter, and it is by Lina Ova. So there's the project, and I am working, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I'm working in this corner here, and I'm using what I'm pretty sure is a 25 count gray. This is also in a Steph bag that she also, and this is, I think this is my favorite of her bags with the magnet. I think I really like this one. I'm using a cone of DMC. I don't know what color it is. I just happen to have a cone of this color blue. And then I worked on this right when I got there on Friday, so I finished this right here that I was working on, and I did all of this, and then it was time for a new start. In true retreat fashion, you're like, oh, pretty, I wish I could kit that up, and then you're like, I can't, but I can, so I will, and I did. So before I do another project, I'll show you a couple more things from my stack. So I have a Plum Street here. This is a shepherd's pie. How cute is that? And I am officially going to find a tin and finish into it. And then Kathy and Karen, stitching past my bedtime, gave out these little like notepads, which I love. And they have a Flosstube, which I'm going to check out. And then someone made these adorable little, it's a needle book. So you can stick your needles in there. And then it turns out I have this one, but this is a highly sought after lavender and lace that I found. And this is Enchanted Alphabet, and it was just on the freebie table. And I'll be honest, when it comes to any of the lavender and lace, butternut road, or the third one that I can't remember, I just grab them if they're free, because I'm like, I'll figure it out and I will give it away if I already have it. So then I was at the freebie table with Molly and I found this and I just fell in love with it. Look at how cute that is. There's just something so vintagey. I love it. And then she saw this and thought of me, and I was like, yeah, that's it. And that is all I took from the freebie table this year. I really go and look for lavender and lace. And then this is the best boot, what is it? Bouville, Best Booze Forever. So I'm going to do the letters in that fabric front, or that silk floss from Steph. And then I'm tempted. I wonder if I could do the border. No, I probably shouldn't. But anyway, I'm going to start this soon. It's going in a project bag today. And then what else was in my bag of stuff? This is for, I'm pretty sure I have the patterns over here, but this is from one of her friends who dies, and I love it. It's this light gray, little bit of modeling fabric. It's from Those Missing Stitches, and it's called Rugged Rochester. And it is beautiful, and it's a 32 count Lugana. And then I got from Steph, I think that somebody got 2 of this. I could be wrong. But this is my favorite magazine, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I'd love to be able to go through that. And then she gave me the playbill from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child to read. And Holidays in Cross Stitch. Holidays in Cross Stitch 1987. You know I love my vintage. My vintagey stuff. And then here's 2 more patterns. So this is Strawberry 2, also in a tin. And then Strawberries and Stripes. This is by Brenda Gervais. And then I'm very excited for this. Blackbird Strawberry Fields Forever. I love this one. I love houses. You know me and houses. All right, now let's look at some more stitching. Shall we see a new start? So I went into, I didn't plan to buy anything, and I did not go crazy this year. Last year I went crazy. I went into a fugue state, and I don't remember what happened. But this year I walked in, and on the table were Jasmine's custom bags. I think that's what they're called. And it was a green faux leather with all of my favorite books in a pink and green fabric. So it's like The Secret Garden, Jane Eyre, Little Women, Anne of Green Gables, Pride and Prejudice. Like, these are my books. Jane Eyre is my top 5 favorite book of all time. So there was no question I was getting this. And then I found this. This is a new to me designer called The Proper Stitcher. It is not a new designer. It is new to me. And I saw this pattern and the colors, and I loved it. And it says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come, which is from Proverbs. And I love this. And I had fabric, but I did not have floss for it. And I was itching to start it. Like, my hands were... So Rebel Stitcher Colleen, who puts on this retreat, carries Classic Colorworks. Now, of course, this pattern calls for either DMC or weeks. So I went to the planner of the retreat and I said, can you help me pick out some colors? I'm really bad at that. And she did, and I ended up changing the pinks. So instead of just being like a light pink and a darker pink, I went with this like two mauve-y colors because I just fell in love with them. So I'm using Mauvelicious, which is this light pink. I'm using Misty Mauve, which I love. I'm using Pine Needles, which I already have, but I bought another one. I'm using Ye Olde Gold, which I used all of mine, so I now have that again. And then for the windows, I'm doing Crushed Pineapple. And I was going to do the stem in the Ye Olde Gold, so that would be here. But I decided I didn't love that, so I switched and decided to use, from my Prairie Schooler Santa that I had with me, one of the DMCs. So I pulled just a plain kind of brown. And I just pulled a full strand off, and that should be more than enough to do the branch. So I'm doing this on a 32 count. And I have my cell phone here somewhere, which will tell me what the... Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Steph, we started a project together, and she kitted up for my birthday, and she gave me too much fabric, so that's why I had to look it up. The fabric is Lapin Loops, and it is Crypt Cloth, and it is a 32 count linen. It is very loose. I do have to use a hoop to stitch with it. So I started this on Friday, and here's where I got to on Friday. So I got the first couple words in. For strength and dignity, you're supposed to use a slightly darker shade of pink. So I mixed the two mauves that I picked. And it gives it it makes it stand out, I think. That was one of my table mates' ideas, and I think it worked out. So I did cut it off. I didn't. I had somebody at my table who's not a lefty cut it off because I worked on the project that Steph and I started yesterday, and I got 50% done. So I had worked all the way. So with this, I'm not planning to work on it a ton, but I want to get the branches done, and then I want to just count down and just double check that I'm going to have room for it all. But it fits perfectly in this adorable bag, and I love it. And then I have my floss, and Steph made me a needle and ort holder. So this is Harry Potter themed. I know you're shocked. It's all about knowing who I am as a person. So mine is character fabric. So we've got Hagrid. Is that Luna? You can see Luna's goggles here. This should be Hermione books. It's really cute. And then she, of course, put a K here, and she added a Snag Nabbit, which I happened to use because one of the employees of the hotel needed a pull fixed on her sweater, and somehow I ended up fixing it. So there's that. And then we got a bag for attending the retreat. So we got a small candle, the same scent as last year. It's like the official sweater weather scent, which is a cotton and paper mix. No, I don't know. Yeah, it smells good. I would not say that it smells like... Oh, cotton and paper wick. It doesn't say what it smells like. It's like a sweet fall kind of smell, like apple cider. Apple cider, that's it. And then in the bag, we got a stitch marker with mini scissors. We got this little pumpkin. And then we got a coupon for Rittenhouse needle, but it's good for 15% off, but I mean, I was not going all the way uptown to go there. And I did not need anything else. We got a Philly pretzel pattern. This might be a giveaway because I will never stitch a pretzel. And this is Stitch Philadelphia, I guess. It's from Rittenhouse. And then the pattern that she gave out this year was Witch Apothecary labels. So those are cute. You're supposed to stitch them and put them around your containers. So that was our little bag that we got. Oh, and maybe there's a sticker. Hang on. Hang on. And there's a Halloween greeting sticker. So that was our bag. And then I have one more whip, I think. Yes. So my last whip is Steph and I have been planning. This was our retreat start. And it is a Rebel Stitcher. I saw it at Market and fell in love with it and said we have to stitch this. So hang on. Except I think that I have only downloaded. Okay, so the pattern is called Let's Root for Each Other, and it says Let's Root for each other. I only have the chart, the Pattern Keeper friendly chart, not the actual chart. Steph got me this beautiful bag. She makes bags and she bought me one. With little woodland animals on it. Foxes and hedgehogs. Oh my gosh. And I really, really love the inside fabric. And then she kitted it up, like I said. Oh, the bag is by Lynn X Stitches Creates. They're kind of big, which is good. So you could put a big project in here. This is a small project. I am using the Called For Fancy Floss. You can tell I did not kit this up myself. Which is Classic Colorworks, a Gentle Arts, and then one DMC. So she's a beaut. And then yesterday, I really, when I go to a retreat, apparently I stitch a lot. I stitched like 1,000 stitches yesterday. Generally, I'm lucky if I stitch 1,000 stitches a week. So I sat there and worked on this all day. So I started with the upper, well, Steph put the first 5 stitches in and we stitch opposite each other. And I was good with her stitching the way she stitches because I don't care. I think it adds charm. But you should have seen me. I stitched hers and she started in the lower, she started with the letters on the right side. And I had to stitch hers, but I had to stitch my stitches backwards because she goes the other way. I go lower left to upper right, and she goes lower right to upper left. So I would stitch a stitch, promptly have to unstitch it, get that one correct, tell myself I was going to do the next one correct, do it backwards. So I said, I will do the first letter for you. And then the way I ended the letter, I put a pin stitch in and ended it. And then she goes, I gave you the wrong color thread. So she had to unpick my pin stitch. Then she had to unpick all my stitches. And then I had to stitch them again backwards. Which is, stitching backwards is hard. Like when Jen also stitches the other way that I do, and I just leave it. When I stitch the way I stitch, I don't care. See, some people are very particular. I am not. I'm very particular about a lot of things. Stitching is my fun. So here it is. This is about 800 and some stitches, 900 stitches. It's probably about 900. And like I said, it's a not straight cut at the bottom. Whoa. Maybe I could have cut it. I started with the beat, and then I did the carrot, and then I did a couple letters. And then that's a stitch marker that Steph got me. So she's going to finish this into a drum for me. So Not gonna hold out too long on working on this. Don't offer to finish things for me if you don't mean it, because I will take you up on it, for I hate finishing. All right, I think... Oh, I have one more. I did not open Frogwarts at all. I did not start my Prairie Schooler Santa. I have not worked on a monthly calendar. Great. But she did give me another project back. So this is that stained glass fabric with glitter vinyl on the front. Again, my name. Little charm. She's too much. So that I'm going... I mean, I might have to start something to go in there, right? I'm definitely going to have more than 20 whips by the end of the year. So yeah, anyway, I had a good time at the retreat. I'm looking forward to the one that I'm going to the one in Myrtle Beach in February. You can fly direct from about an hour away from here to Myrtle Beach. So I'm very excited for that. And then I'm going to Detroit in April. So treating myself a little bit. I also finally turned the heat on upstairs when I got home because my uncle came and stayed for the first night that I was gone. Now it turns out that he wasn't here for very long. And I feel bad that he drove all the way up here. But that's okay. So anyway, I was worried because I don't have the heat on the second floor, which has been fine because it hasn't been all that cold. I turned it on downstairs so that my grandmother doesn't freeze to death. But it hasn't been that cold. Anyway, I come home and she's like, Katie, I think your uncle left the window open. And I was like, I was so nervous that he was going to be cold while he was here and I didn't have the heat on and you think he left a window? I was like, maybe, because how cold could it be up there? And I get up the stairs and the window is open all the way. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to turn the heat on so I can get a little bit of warmth back in the upstairs. So I have the heat set to 66 now. We're getting crazy. Anyway, like I said, I had a good time at the retreat. I loved getting to hug Steph, and I loved getting to able to hug Molly. And then two of the girls live pretty close. So Molly, who lives kind of in the Danville, Williamsport, Bloomsburg area, we're gonna go thrifting by her. No cross-stitch stores up here, but she's got great thrift shops. I don't. So that'll be fun, and there's some nice restaurants to go to. So yeah, I took Friday off of work, and I really needed it, and I really wish I was taking tomorrow off, because I really think I need more than a day, but that's okay. Work has been very stressful. It's very good. I love my job, but there's definitely feelings of not being enough. So all we can do is keep trying. I just feel like a very big disappointment to my boss a lot of the time, and that's hard for me. But we keep on. Like I said, I had Friday off. I did check emails quite a bit, but I only answered the emergency ones. So yeah, that's okay. Anyway, I love catching up with you all. I will see you probably in 2 weeks. Like I said, I wanted to check in today so I could put everything away. And now I've done that. So I will talk to you soon. It was good to see you. Thank you for your comments and everything. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.